Hey there, Cancer, and welcome to your week of December 20th, 2021 General Tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy here on the left. Then we're going to be looking at some potential challenges for you here in the center of the reading. And then we're going to look at some potential outcomes as well for you on the right side here. So hopefully that's all going good for you. We're going to do some clarifiers here as well, Cancer, and then tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video. Hopefully these are all resonating with you. If some, all, or none of this resonates with you, it's probably going to happen. It's a general reading. If it does resonate with you, that's great. That's awesome. But if only some of it does or none of it does, it's just not part of your message. So don't try to make anything fit that doesn't. Just try to leave her be and just take what resonates. All right. So starting with your energy over here on the left, we have the Two of Swords, the Devil, and the Tower. Just want to point out we have a lot of major arcana here in your opening reading. So a very strong message this week here. So, but with the Two of Swords, the Devil, and the Tower here, I feel like there's a need for change here. I feel like you're really hungering for it. It's something you really want to happen here. You maybe even feel desperately so, because I look at the Devil here as like sort of maybe, you don't want to deal with the devil. Like you bargain with him and such here. Oh, pardon me. Hiccups already. But when we talk about like bargaining with the devil and stuff, so I feel like that's kind of like, I feel like this is you sort of like stagnating here. You kind of like you feel very like stale, very passive here at this time, like not really a lot's going on in your life, or just maybe even just in a particular situation or relationship in your life at this time. And again, with the Devil here, I feel like that's kind of like you like willing to be like, I do anything to change this up, to mix it up here, because the Tower represents, hello, Spike. Thank you for coming in and doing your thing here. Get your bum out of here. But the Tower represents like changes in your life. It represents like a big upheaval, a big time, like a huge change here. So I just feel like that's kind of, there's like this real sense of yearning, maybe even a little bit of desperation for you at this time as well. In the center position here, your challenges, we have the Queen of Wands, the Strength card, and the Four of Cups. The Strength card is Leo's card, so you may have Leo in your chart. Might be dealing with a Leo this week, Cancer. The Devil here as well is Capricorn's card, if I didn't mention that before. So again, you might have Capricorn in your chart, might be dealing with a Capricorn as well. Interestingly enough, all three fire signs are here in your reading, because we have Leo with the Strength card, Sagittarius here with Temperance, and Aries here with the Emperor. So again, you might have those signs in your chart, might be dealing with one of those fire signs. Very interesting. And with the Queen of Wands here, she also represents all the fire signs too. So a fiery week here for you. Very much a time of growth, I feel like. I feel like maybe that's the change you want at this time, is growth. You see the Queen of Wands, she holds this wand in her hands, and she also holds a sunflower in her hands too. Two things that symbolize growing something, symbolize building something up here. So very interesting. I feel like that's the thing that you really want, but it feels like it's kind of a challenge here for you. Almost as if what you're being offered is not what you want here with the Four of Cups. You see this hand offering this cup to this person, but they have their arms crossed here, saying as if like, no, I don't want this. So I feel like that might be sort of the thing here for you, is like this week it might feel as though what you want to grow, what you feel like you are really is in like your strengths, is in like your wheelhouse, is in like what you have a knack for, is sort of not being offered to you, like something that's completely the opposite. For instance, like, I've known people, myself included, worked at jobs where it's like, I'm not particularly good at this, but it's what I got to do to make ends meet and such here. Whereas like something else might be a little more in my ballpark, but unfortunately those kind of jobs aren't available, right? Or at least not ones that put meat on the table or put food on the table, right? That kind of thing, or pay the bills. So I feel like this week you might be feeling like you're getting offered things that you're not particularly strong at here, and maybe things that you don't feel like will grow you as well. It'll kind of not really do the things you need it to do to push you forward at this time. Over here in your potential outcomes, we got Temperance, the Emperor, and the Seven of Swords here. I feel like this is kind of a very do-it-yourself kind of attitude you have here with the Emperor, the Temperance card, and the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is about, that kind of lone wolf energy, sort of doing things on your own, working by yourself, that sort of thing. Temperance being more of the like let's be flexible, let's be open-minded, let's sort of be experimental, realize there's more than one way to do something here. And the Emperor about being responsible and mature here and being ready for anything. You can see here the Emperor has a cloak on, like you would traditionally think if you were to meet royalty in their castle or wherever they reside. But he also has armor on underneath, which means he's ready for battle as well. So he's ready, for diplomacy or battle, depending on what the situation calls for. So I feel like that's you. I feel like you're really kind of moving. Maybe what's going to help you get through this is being ready for anything. What's going to really help you get through this is being flexible, and kind of in like I can do this, like believing in yourself, believing that you can achieve all of this on your own, right? You don't necessarily need help. Not that help is a bad thing, but I feel like this might be good for you to try and do this on your own. So I'm liking that. So let's get into your clarifiers here, Cancer. Oh, speaking of Cancer, there you are on the bottom of the deck, the Chariot. Very interesting. But thank you so much for being here, Cancer. Appreciate all the love and support I see in the videos, all the likes, all the comments and such. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love and support, and I send love and support to you as well. I hope everything's going good, especially this time of year where I know it can be a little tough for us, especially mentally and even financially. So hopefully everything's going good, Cancer. We're going to get your clarifiers here in just a moment. After that, though, we're going to do your oracle card as well to tie everything off. So you are going to want to stick around for that. So without further ado, Cancer, let's get in and clarify your energy here to start things off. Got that 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords here as well. Yeah, I feel like you... very interesting, because the 8 of Pentacles is about hard work. It's about putting in the time and such here. And I feel like you have been doing that. You've been really trying to make this change happen. But I feel like it's maybe a situation where, how do I say this? It feels sort of like you're putting in the time, but maybe, it's like a kind of a narrow-minded approach, right? Or it's maybe what's holding you back is fear, maybe here, because we got the 9 of Swords as well, which is a card of your fears and your anxieties and things that worry you so much there, where you might be concerned with like things that maybe are kind of, if you were to sit back and kind of take yourself out of it and see someone else who was in like the exact same situation, you'd probably say, oh, well, that's nothing to worry about, right? But because you're in it, it's kind of like not seeing the forest for the trees, if you know what I mean. So I feel like that might be for you here. Don't mind if you hear some clanking and some snorting. I'm dog sitting this weekend. My sister's dog is here, Daisy. She's a Boston Terrier. She's a little loud here, so hopefully she's not too loud. But yeah, I feel like you're getting that hard work in. I feel like maybe you can't see the forest for the trees. Just in terms of like realizing what your actual challenges and concerns might be this week. And with the 4 of Swords here as well, 4 of Swords is a card of solitude, card of being on your own, but it's also a card of recovery and resting up here. So I feel like again you might be kind of working on resting up or working on something by yourself here as well. Again, we were talking about that kind of do-it-yourself energy back here as well. So I feel like you're already there. It's just kind of we need to be a little more flexible, a little more open-minded here, and a little more, have a bit of a wider vision, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here, Cancer. So let's look at your clarifiers for your challenge cards as well, Cancer, see what's going on here too. All right. We got the Hermit, the Justice card, very interesting, and the 2 of Wands. All right. So the Hermit and the Justice card are the cards. We have lots of major arcana here for you. The Hermit and Justice cards are a sign of Virgo and Libra, respectively. So again, might be dealing with one of those 2 signs this week. Might have them in your chart as well. But we also have the 2 of Wands here to go on top of all this. With the Hermit and the Justice card and the 2 of Wands, I feel like you're trying to strike a balance here. Like I feel like you are open-minded to an extent, because the 2 of Wands is about balance and stability. Justice is about being fair and balanced as well. And the Hermit is also about going after what you want out of your life here too. So I feel like for you, it's kind of like you're trying to be fair, you're trying to be balanced, you're trying to approach stuff even kind of like an even keel, but it's more like you're more focused on you and what you want here instead of, so you're kind of leaning that way rather than focusing on like win-win situations for everybody, right? So very interesting, very interesting. So let's take a look and see what we got here to clarify your outcome cards here as well. See what's going on here, Cancer. All right, what have we got for you? Clarifying, we've got the Three of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Okay. So yeah, part of what's being mature is being patient with the Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. With the Three of Swords, cutting out things that no longer serve you. Of course, removing that sentimentality and being like, okay, well, this means a lot to me, but it's not actually actively helping me. In fact, it's probably doing more damage than good, which is what the Three of Swords tells us, is you got to remove those things, right? You got to, a writing term is you got to kill your darlings. You got to take out parts of your story that you really like, but it doesn't actually serve the plot and move anything in any significant way. And with the Nine of Wands here as well, again, that's kind of being on your own and kind of having your guard up here. So I feel like you should protect what's important, right? Like he has this wall of wands built up to protect him, right? He's not protecting like all his possessions and stuff because he knows that he's more important than like some items and stuff. Like he is at the end of the day more important than you know, the things he possesses, the things he owns. That's why he has this wall built up to protect himself. So I feel like you need to kind of realize that you're the most important thing. Like you should take care of yourself. You need to cut out things that don't serve you because, you know, if they're not helping you out, then they're hurting you. So that's not help. That's not, you know, that's not helping the most important thing in your life, yourself. And with the Three of Wands, you need to be kind of patient because sometimes you are offered things that you don't want, but you got to kind of work with what you got. That's part of being flexible and open-minded, like we talked about with Temperance. And that's a part of being mature too with the Emperor, is like you got to just kind of be, you know, realize that sometimes this is just how it is. You know, life isn't fair, that's for sure, absolutely. But, you know, I feel like the world, you know, if there is a big, you know, cosmic system out there, I feel like they recognize hard work and they recognize that when people are actually out there putting in the time trying to accomplish their goals and being good people, those people get rewarded. It's just you got to be patient and wait for your ships to come in there. So I'm loving all that. Hopefully this is helping you out. Hopefully this has been resonating with you here, Cancer. We're going to check out your Oracle card here, and I appreciate you making it this far through the video, and I appreciate you spending all this time with you. Thank you so much. Let's see what we got for you. All right, Cancer. We got the Porcupine Spirit saying it's time for a beginner mind. Yeah, just it's time to really think about how beginners kind of think about things. Like, in a way, it's sort of like if you're new to a situation, you start asking questions. You want to know like, what's this? What's that? You know, all those kind of things. So that's part of being a leader as well, is having that mindset of like being presented with something new and not immediately dismissing it. It's being like, okay, what is this? I want to know about this. How can I use this to help me out? Right? That's also being open-minded and flexible as well, to kind of think about like, okay, well, if this is what this is, how can I use this to help me out? And if it can be used to help you out, that's great. But if it's something that isn't part of that, it's like, well, we'll get rid of it. We'll dismiss it. That's fine. But we got to find out whether it is or not first, and not just immediately be like, shut it out the door. Because as they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Or one person's trash is another person's treasure. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of the route you need to go here this week. Is just kind of be flexible, be open-minded, be mature as well, and be patient, and make sure that, you know, everything in your life is kind of serving its purpose to move you forward, but also working with what you have. Because sometimes you can't make those big strides forward. We can only take baby steps. And so hopefully that has helped you out here, Cancer. If you'll help out the channel, you can hit that thumbs up, that like button down below. Lets YouTube know you like what I do here. You can subscribe to the channel as well. That helps not only me, but that helps you too, because then you can find what find this video, or this channel, find these videos. Geez, I'm tongue-tied here. But you can find this channel and help you find videos that I upload every week easier. And you can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. See what might all be coming for you in the week ahead. Hopefully everything's going good. Thank you again for being here, Cancer, and I hope to see you in the next video.